Hi, I'm Luke Gilfillan. Welcome to the Lounge with Luke Gilfillan. Hi, welcome to the, I'm not sure, episode of Lounge with Luke Gilfillan. Today we have Frankie Gilfillan, my brother. He's going to discuss things that happened with the yearbook at Roosevelt, similar to OBRF. So Frank, do you want to do a brief description of yourself for those who don't know you?
I'm Frankie. I'm Luke's brother, and I go to Roosevelt Middle School, and I'm in sixth grade, going into 7th.
Okay, Frank, do you do any activities that you find interesting?
I play sports like baseball. I just had a game today, and I play golf, and I was also playing golf right before this. I animate. I like to animate, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, so Frank, you are the first person that I've had on this podcast that does not go to a high school. Can you describe your middle school to those that do not know?
Yeah, I go to Roosevelt Middle School. The mascot of the school is a bulldog, and I've only gone to this school for 2 years. But I really like it, and it's a pretty cool school because it's public school, and I used to go to Catholic school or private school, and you had to wear certain clothes, and now it's better because I go to public school, so it's a lot easier, like just to pick out whatever clothes you want. So yeah.
So what are some of the benefits to having less strict clothing policies? I know you just mentioned that. Do you want to expand on that?
Some of the benefits are that you don't have to take as much time in the morning, and it's a lot easier to get your clothes ready. And usually you have to get all your clothes ready before the day comes, but with less strict clothing policies, you can just like go in your drawer and pick out pretty much anything you want. So yeah.
Well, some people who are in favor of uniforms for schools, they would say no, kids would get too confused, like, oh, what I gotta wear, I gotta look good. There's more pure pressure in that environment than there would be in uniforms. Do you agree with that, or do you think, from your personal experience, do you ever find that?
I guess I could see that happening, but it doesn't, I've never heard of that happening at all. And definitely not to me. I just pick out random clothes, and I don't really care.
Okay. So, similar to OPRF, Roosevelt had an incident with the OK or circle game hand gesture, which appeared in the already printed yearbooks. Can you describe what gesture it is and what it looks like, what that gesture is?
Well, it's for a long time, it's just been the OK gesture. It's like a circle, and then it's like you...
It's the OK hand gesture, but
okay,
held
hand gesture, yeah.
below the waist.
But held below the waist, that's where the circle game is. And some people I think called it the white power symbol, and then from there just got more, I don't know how to say it, popular, but infamous almost.
Yeah.
So yeah, people are complaining how the teachers took away the yearbooks, that when they put a sticker on like the picture that had the circle game on it, and if you took the sticker off, you got in trouble. So some kids who took off the sticker got taken away their yearbooks, even though they paid for it. So some people were complaining.
So it became problematic with the sticker option, because I know a lot of people were saying, don't reprint the yearbooks at OPRF, that costs a ton of money,
Yeah.
$80,000 I think it was, and some people were suggesting put a sticker over it, or just Sharpie it out. Do you think that created more problems than it solved, because people were taking it off, they were making a big deal about it?
I don't think you can have that much of a problem that's worse than having to spend so much money as you said, $80,000. So, no, I I think it was a better decision. That's what I would have done.
Yeah. So, and of course, middle schools have less resources, and Roosevelt might be less willing to do that than OPRF is. So, what connection do you have to the yearbook staff at Roosevelt?
I was actually in the yearbook staff for a while, maybe a quarter of the time. I didn't do much stuff. I did organize one page and made it look like it was. And the OK symbol, I think, was in the music section, and that was the part that I was working on.
So you worked on the OK symbol?
No. However, I wasn't in that part of the music section. For example, I worked on 6th grade chorus, and that was, I think, 7th grade chorus. So I just organized like one page, and that's it.
So when you were organizing the yearbook, were you ever aware of the other meaning of this symbol while you were organizing it?
Well, I hadn't even looked at the pictures closely enough to see that there was an OK symbol in it. But yeah, I hadn't looked at them enough, because all I had to do was organize it, and I wasn't there for so long. I wasn't paying closely attention to the pictures, other than when I was naming the people in it. But I still I wasn't doing that picture, so yeah.
But you did not know of the alternate meaning of the gesture? No? Okay.
Not at the time, because I don't think it had become anything at the time.
So when did you find out about the other meaning of the symbol?
I don't really know when I found
Was it
out.
before or after OPRF reprinted the yearbooks?
Definitely before.
Before?
Definitely before, because, that wasn't the thing that made me realize that this could have another meaning, or that people said that it had another meaning. I just heard that another time, probably at dinner or something.
Okay. So, but you did further clarify the meaning.
Yeah.
When they reprinted the yearbooks. So could OPRF and Roosevelt possibly be elevating white supremacists by recognizing the symbol that was seen by most people as harmless before OPRF and Roosevelt recognized it as bad?
Can you repeat that?
Could it be bringing attention to the symbol and further alternating the meaning from a harmless symbol to a symbol of white supremacism?
Well, I think at first it was already a symbol. They just made maybe kind of a big deal about it that made people notice it. For example, when I say that a lot of people were complaining, they might not be complaining if there wasn't a sticker there, because they could not even have noticed it at all. So I think there might be less controversy over this.
Okay. So looking at OPRF from the outside, what is your general perception of the school?
I think it's big. I think it's populous. I think that's just I don't know much about it. That's all I think about it, really.
Alright. Is there anything that you think Roosevelt does especially well compared to other schools, specifically Julian and Brooks?
Anything that Roosevelt does well? Probably keeping order, because enforcing rules, because I feel like Julian and Brooks, like the kids there, are more rebellious.
Well, 94% of teachers in an article published on the Wednesday Journal said that they've been sworn at by students, so is that sort of what you're elaborating on?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of the students are more rebellious, and it's more
less disciplined?
Yeah, less disciplined.
Okay.
That's the word. And Yeah, I think they just run the operation at Roosevelt really well compared to Julian Brooks.
Okay. What things do you think Roosevelt can do to improve on in the future?
What things do I think they can improve on? Well, they do have advisory, and I don't really like that because it kind of takes time out of your education. Usually, it's not all they do is just greet each other, and I almost would say it's a waste of time because their effort is pointed at trying to make the kids like know each other better, but I think a normal class can do that just as well.
Okay, so expanding on the advisory thing, OPRF is going to implement an advisory period for 15 minutes, I believe, every day. What are are there any benefits you've seen from the advisory program at Roosevelt?
Well, it's a place to address problems. Like, usually they announce them on the announcements, like before school or after school. But it's a good place to address things. Like, actually, later in the year, they were addressing about how people were using explicit language and slurs, and so they addressed that for like a whole 2 weeks in advisory. And I think that kind of dealt with the problem pretty well.
So you think it could be used to deal with specific issues and put more attention on those to help resolve those, or at least raise awareness that those are issues?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
So, okay. Would you like to add anything or plug any social medias?
Plug social medias? No, I would not like to.
Would you like to add anything?
Subscribe to the Lounge with Luke Gilfillan.
Yes, subscribe to the Lounge with Luke Gilfillan. Thank you very much, Frankie Gilfillan. Thanks so much for listening. The Lounge with Luke Gilfillan comes out every Saturday and Sunday. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you would be interested in getting notified every time a video comes out, hit the gray bell right next to the subscribe button. Credits, sources, and errors are in the description. If you find an error that I missed, please put it in the comments section. If you are interested in donating to my channel, because I bought recording equipment, which kind of costed a lot, my Patreon, which is a donation site, is in the description. If you have any feedback, put it in the comments section. Toodaloo.